Hello, Eldar, and thank you so much for coming to my podcast today. And I would like you to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your business, and I'm all ears.
Yeah, thanks, David. Super excited to be here. So my name is Eldar. I'm originally from Ukraine, currently in London. Graduated at Warwick University and started my own startup called Hachly AI. And what we do there is we help B2B businesses and now B2C service-based businesses as well to get more clients from their website. So we help them increase their pipeline from the website by engaging every single visitor that comes to the page, and with proactive context-aware messaging that makes them want to open a chatbot and actually start a conversation, and eventually come to the company as a lead.
Mm-hmm. So AI chatbot works like a salesperson within the website area. Is that how it works?
Yeah, so the fancy name for it is an AI sales agent. Mm-hmm. This is what we call it, or to be precise, AI inbound sales agent. Yeah. But most business owners get it when I say it's a chatbot. So it's a bit more complex than a chatbot. It actually was, it wasn't like an insult to me when people were referring to it as a chatbot. But then I realized it's the best way to describe it. Yes, it's a bit more complex, and we focus more actually on the outside of chatbot functionality than an inside. But it's still a very fancy chatbot, which we call an AI inbound sales agent that actually, works.
Mm-hmm. I love the problem you solve. I look often at the data of multiple businesses, usually e-commerces, but not only. And there is no problem with getting the traffic to the website. They can have a lot of traffic, but the bottleneck and the problem starts, how do you convert someone that visited the site to actually a customer? And, purchase window is quite long in some of the products, depends what you sell, but sometimes people need some advice, people need some research before they can actually make a purchase. And I feel that's the software is basically at the research stage, and it's trying to convert that traffic. Is that the case?
Yes, that's ultimately what we try to do. And I think it's, businesses have problems with all sort of things, including, top of the funnel. So getting a lot of traffic, that could be a big bottleneck for some of the businesses. In our case, we work with startups that are about to launch. So if you have a business, you want to launch it on Product Hunt, or you already have a steady traffic, then why not convert more, right? So
that's me.
Because people,
I'm about to launch on Product Hunt in like 1 or 2 months' time.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to have a lot of traffic coming to your website. And people, nowadays, they have super short attention span. So they're going to look at your page for about 3 seconds. And then they're going to decide in these 3 seconds whether they're going to go deeper or actually press a button to start the trial or something like that. So we want in these first 5 or 10 seconds of a visitor being on the website, actually make them feel like they're actually might be talking to someone from the team, which is going to be our AI agent. And then they can ask questions, they can find out more information about your business much quicker. And I think, we have data that shows that this leads to eventually more revenue, but it leads to more conversations, to more leads, to more data generated for marketing teams. But again, some of the businesses have problems with top of the funnel. So we recommend pairing it up with something that, you already have traffic. So it's either launch, SEO, organic traffic, or ads, or if you have an established business with lots of traffic. And I would say we mostly work with that kind of businesses. They already have a lot of traffic coming, and we just can help them convert more. And even, if we take about an average B2B website, let's say you have 10 to 15,000 visitors, and let's say your conversion, if you're selling something custom and B2B, your conversion rate is about, 0.5 to 1% from the website. So if you have 10,000 visitors, that's about, I think, 100, right? Yes, that should be. Yeah, there should be 100. So you have 100 inquiries, which is 1% per month, and then we can help you double that. So you're gonna have 200 inquiries, and eventually you're gonna have double of the revenue as well. So it's in perspective, that's only 1% additional amount of inquiries, but it's doubling the amount that you currently have. Yeah, so even 1% makes a huge difference.
Of course, like in marketing and sales, it's like a lot of little puzzles, and the puzzle that you solve is a valuable one. I just imagined myself and my website, and actually we don't have a chatbot in place, and I can't imagine being there and talking with multiple people at the same time, and also running the business, helping my team, and talking to some of the customers on the phone, for example. I can't, we are a small team, and some companies can afford to have someone actually sitting there and be a dedicated customer service and salesperson. However, they also can't speak with a lot of people at the same time.
Yeah.
Compared to AI that actually can handle unlimited amounts, depends how much hosting can take. But I bet it's like unlimited amount. I just scale the host and the cloud, and probably that's it. So a few questions to you.
Sure.
How and why did you start? Like, what was the idea, and when? And tell me about it.
Sure. Yeah. So I was working a few years ago with one of the companies, and I was working in a different role. So it was more like a project management role, and then it was like an internship. So I started with that. But I've been there for like 3 months, but I realized that leads on any stage of the business is a backbone of the business, right? So if you don't have sales, you don't have a business. And especially for digital businesses, that's the main way of generating leads. If you're an established business and you've done a lot of outreach already, that sometimes it's just inbound, just writing to press, getting backlinks, doing SEO stuff, and then getting a lot of traffic to your website. So I just pitched my idea because I thought I've previously been building chatbots for 5 years in Telegram ecosystem. So I've got more than 1 million users there. I know how to make people want to actually use the chatbot, stay there. And we had a lot of organic traffic. I think out of 1,200,000 users, we have 1,150,000 of organic users. So they found us without spending anything on ads. So we realized there are certain ways of making chatbot actually entertaining and useful, because this is why users love chatbots, is because they're useful, and they really hate it when it's not useful. We have a huge amount of people who hate chatbots because they're useless. They're boring, they're slow. You need to wait for a human for 5 minutes, but nobody's going to sit down and wait for 5 minutes to talk to an agent. So that's how the idea came to me. I realized, I have experience in chatbots. It's a huge AI hype and things like that. And I tried ChatGPT when it first came out. I realized, okay, this is going to be super interesting, and we're going to see a lot of applications of AI. And I thought, where is it my, point of interest and point where I can give value to businesses, and that's exactly an AI sales chatbots. And I thought, okay, I'm going to pitch it to the company that I work with. Maybe they're going to go for a pilot project, and whatever the result is, I'm just going to work with that. So we launched the first product. I think it's 6 months now.
Oh, so the company that you worked with was like, we like the project and we like you to continue.
The idea, yeah. So it was just an idea.
Good choice.
I just wrote an idea on WhatsApp to the guys who work at that company, and they said, why not? Let's try it out. And we started. So I launched the first version in 36 hours. So it was super quick. I used no-code things, and I just built. It was really bad, but it was already better than the chatbot they had. and I just launched it in 36 hours. It already knew everything about the company. It already was able to schedule calls, but it wasn't really making any like proactive engagement on the website. And this is what we mostly do right now. So it was really, this is the definition a minimum viable product, right? It's a really minimum. So you put you put the minimum amount of work, effort, and also functionalities in that product.
We did this,
and and then you launch it.
And then you're listening to your customers that they will tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
They will tell you what they need, what else is missing. So when you build this product, was your company like, oh, is that going to be a part of their company, or you decided to open your own company? Like, what was your role then within that business?
Oh, so yeah, it was a complete separate project. So the thing is, in my case, there wasn't any user feedback per se. It was more like, yeah, we got leads, or no, we don't have any leads from your chat. So it wasn't like I was improving based on hypothesis that I was setting. So I was thinking, okay, if we do that, would that increase the amount of people who open the chatbot and start the conversation? If we do another thing, would that improve the conversions? And I was testing this small hypothesis on one business website. And fortunately enough, I had enough traffic to do that and test hypothesis. And then, I did set up it as a project for them specifically, so it wasn't really scalable. And then I worked for a few months to make a platform. And then inside of a platform, you can now simply just go and create a sales chatbot for yourself. And that's the whole beauty. I don't want people to get on 3 calls with me so that I can set it up for them and so on. They can actually just go and do it themselves. And that's super. It's not hard. And that's how we really different from our competitors. All of our competitors are, done with you or sometimes done for you, but they charge 100 to 1,000 times more than we do. So that's a huge difference when comparing to us. And the only reason we don't charge that much is because we only charge for the software. We don't charge for human resources. And sometimes VC-backed companies are really struggling with that because they need to scale rapidly, and they choose strategies that don't work long term, in my opinion. And they try to, when the AI chatbot doesn't work, they try to put a normal mechanism like if then else structure and so on. And in long term, that doesn't work. And I see a lot of examples like that. So we try to keep things simple. We try to make it work. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So far, I could say, out of all the companies we work with, and it's, I don't know, like more than 10, maybe 20 now, only one from the paid companies, only one company churned. So, and it's because they had a bot traffic on the website. Everybody else who have a real traffic, it works for them because it makes them money. So there is no reason to turn it off for their website because it makes them 10 times more or whatever they pay me. And it doesn't matter of the size of the website. You can have 1,000 visitors or 1 million visitors. You're just going to pay me a different amount, but you're going to make a different amount of money as well.
Did you notice that sometimes when you have a product that's actually very valuable, from my point of view, as someone who spent the last 15 years in the marketing industry, you have a very valuable product. And did you notice that you still need to do a lot of marketing and explain this to people?
Yeah.
Because the expectation usually is like, oh, we've got a perfect product, let's launch it, and people are going to knock our doors every second. And because the
no, that's not,
but
it doesn't happen.
The case, yeah, and
that's not the case.
Did you feel like that when you launch it? And did you have like any expectations of having lots of clients, and then you launched, and it was like a slow-paced growth, or the growth was good enough for you to be like, yeah, that's enough?
No, the actual growth is slow, and what surprised me. So I wasn't surprised by slow growth. I knew that B2B market is something that I never worked with. So I never worked in B2B sector. I always made B2C chatbots and apps and so on that go viral. So I'm really into the B2C world. But then I realized, okay, I want to, because this is the perfect case is B2B. And I thought it's going to be slow, but I haven't realized how difficult it is, even with the free trial that we have, just to let people spend an hour or 2 hours of setting up the chatbot for their website and seeing the results. It's like a lot of work I need to do to get them just to set it up, and they sometimes they don't realize that the chatbot can make them like tens of thousands of additional revenue for their company.
To it to actually customize it to match your product, match your business, because it's not like you make a one click and then you have a ready-made chatbot. Probably there is a chance to make it like that, but it's not going to be. You have your own processes of how you make sales, and I feel like I never used your tool, but I feel like you need to customize it and feed it with data so it can help customers. Is that the case?
Actually, that's what we try to do. Is we try to make it one-click tool.
Nice.
So we try to make it you can launch in one click. So far, we managed to do it in 5 clicks. So you can go on the website, and 5 to maybe 7 clicks, you will be able to launch your own chatbot in 5 minutes. So I can do a speed run. It's gonna be like literally a minute until I create a chatbot for example, your website, and it's gonna be a minute when it's ready to work on your website. So it's not a minute that you create a demo or something like that. It's a minute from start to an end, and where you have a code to copy and paste on your website. Nice. So that's why, coming from B2C world, in B2C, you don't have this beauty of spending hours of setting up a product. People either gonna get the value in the first seconds or not. That's the reality. If you wanna be competitive in B2C, you need to be like that. And unfortunately, in B2B world, that's not the case. And a lot of products and a lot of companies are building overcomplicated shit, and it's just doesn't work. You need to spend hours when you can actually spend 5 minutes, and that's sad. But I think is the AI gonna get rid of that products and companies, or they will need to change to stay in the market.
Definitely, and. When the Amazon started, I think it was like 20 years ago or something like that, it used to be like 12 or 9 clicks to actually make a purchase. Do you know how many clicks it's now?
It's probably 1.
It's 0. You can just ask Alexa to do it. It's
okay.
How much they optimized it. It can order things for you, but on the desktop version, probably it is 1 click or something like that. But that's where it all goes into providing people like a faster way of achieving things. And I feel that AI is a big part. I hear it everywhere, and I talk about it all the time now. And but I don't feel like the market is ready. I don't feel the awareness is there when it comes to other tools than ChatGPT. That's what a lot of people think AI is, but there's a lot of different, models, a lot of different AI and different methods of using AI within the business. I feel like we are still on the come up of using AI. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I think that's the case. People are pretty slow in adopting things. Yeah. So that would be the case. But the thing is, I think when I think about AI hype, it's the hype that I want, because you have the value behind it. So it's not like crypto. At 99 projects, you can't see a value in it. You can actually see a value in most of the AI projects. So it's whether it's generating more revenue or doing something faster or automating things. It's always, you see a process where it fits, and you can do that quicker and faster and so on. So that's I mean, it is what it is. I think people who are not using AI now will be struggling in a few years. But people who are actively using and experimenting with tools and business owners, they're going to be ahead of the other businesses that don't use it.
I feel the same. That's where it all is heading this way. So when it comes to your business, did you get any investments, or how did you fund it to start with? Was that the company you worked with? They helped you, and because you need to make money somehow. Did you do it as a side hustle? Did you had someone to invest in the company? How did you make the finances work at the beginning?
Yeah, so what I needed is I think less than £100 or $100 because you have Vercel, which is free. You need OpenAI API.
And you've got the skill, and you've got the skill to do it.
I did everything myself, so no developers, nobody externally was helping me with building. But I also got programs like, so the credits, OpenAI credits are actually free because you can get them on Microsoft Startup Hub or
I'm there.
So you can get the credits for free, and then the Vercel is free. But now I paid $20, so that's it. I mean, you don't have any other spend except for marketing, of course. The product,
we optimized the way it's costing us. It used to cost every time someone sent a message, it used to cost us like 20, 50 times more. And we optimized the way with the prompts and stuff like that to make it cost efficient as well,
Same. We started it was really expensive. Now it's twice cheaper for us and twice better for our customers in terms of the quality.
Similar journey. And the difference is my AI is about analytics and understanding the data. So I feel like my product and your product can actually target similar customers. So it makes sense for us to talk.
Sure.
So you don't have anyone investing in the business. What if you have? So for example, let's say that what if someone invested in your business, let's say £500,000, and what would you do with this amount? Do you have any idea? Did you ever think about it?
Well, I actually had a few proposals.
Wow. Nice.
So we had a few discussions, but again, the market is super slow. And if you're a first-time founder, you really need to spend 3 to 6 months just working solely on fundraising. I'm a solo founder, so if I spend 6 months on fundraising, then it means 6 months of product development is not going to be implemented. 6 months of marketing, 6 months of revenue is going to be slower than before. So my choice was focus on the business and focus on growing it. And then once we have a decent amount of revenue that I can support the business without, being there 24/7, and then I can get some time to find investors who are ready to invest at better valuations for myself. So that's the idea. I don't want to spend 6 months looking for investments and then realizing my revenue is down and everything is worse. I have customers right now that need support. I don't actually spend any time supporting them because it's all automated. But sometimes something happens and I need to be there to help them. And that's the thing. I don't want to spend time on fundraising when I can spend it on getting more money.
And Eldar, talking to your first customers is so important. So actually spending time with them and understanding what else they need. And, it's a very valuable thing to do. More valuable than, pitching to a lot of people. But some businesses actually need investments to start working because not every person is as technical as you are. And someone maybe has a problem with marketing. So, they need this money to actually start the business. We are the same like you. We are bootstrapping. and I was able to that's my second business. So my first business is actually paying my wages, but I exited the business 3 years ago. So I was able to continue that way. And when I think that's a good way, because I'm very careful with how I invest my time and money. If I had a lot of money, I would be like a bit reckless with it. Like I'm not saying I'm a reckless person, but there's a difference between spending your own hard-earned money.
Yeah.
So I'm very careful with what I'm investing in, and and I feel like sometimes growing too fast, it's a mistake, because you need some time to actually understand the customers. And if you put a lot of money into advertising, and you build a hype around the product, what if the product is not right? It's like you have to build in a lot of different areas at the same time. So it is building a business is not like a one-day thing that some YouTubers tell you, like, invest in drop shipping and you're gonna be rich the next week. I feel it's a bit of a scam.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's a scam. There is no easy money in 2024. It's maybe there are some niches that are still easy to get into, and if you work a lot, maybe you can get some money and scale it. But it's all B2C. There is no easy money in B2B, and it should be. It's this is what it is. I mean, I spend money on the things only the things I really need. And this is the beauty of Bootstrap business, that you can actually choose what you want to work on, where you want to spend your money. And also you have 100% of your business, and you just play on your own terms. But eventually, I mean, I'm open to investments. It's not that I'm saying VC route is bad. I'm just saying I would rather spend 6 months working on the startup and then 6 months finding an investor who is going to tell me you need a second co-founder and a lot of other things. So no thanks.
That's amazing. But I heard a lot of good things about people that actually had someone investing.
Yeah.
And but it is time consuming, and I'm the same. So I'm like 75% focused on actually bootstrapping, and if I'm still open for opportunities.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're gonna be finishing soon. But I wish I could talk with you a bit longer. You are an amazing
likewise.
guy. And I hope we can meet. Are you based in London? Is that correct?
Yes.
At the moment. Yeah, I'm in London from time to time, and I will let you know when I'm there next time.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Just one more thing, and you also studied in the same city like I live in now.
I'm actually gonna be. I'm gonna be in work in November, so maybe they invited me to speak on AI for some lecture. Amazing. So I'm probably gonna be speaking there, and we can have a chat.
Yeah.
Maybe we're gonna have a coffee or something.
Yes, come and visit my office. I'm gonna be based in the Innovation Center.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I just signed my office papers like 2 days ago, or like 3 days ago. I'm at the time goes so fast I don't even remember. So let's stay in touch, and thank you for the insights. I believe it can help some people that are thinking about to implement an AI, or maybe to start their own startup. It's a story based on 2 founders, so it's a real based story.
Awesome.
So
thank you, David,
and have a good day. Yeah.
Thanks, David. You too.
Thanks.